neighbors can hand deliver them, that can share their information. Webcams, 22% penetration in the US. We've got plenty of webcams. Every laptop that I see bought now has got one integrated into it. Smartphone, you've got a smartphone app. You can now use your smartphone. 750 million people can use it. But what are you doing to get that information? That's really what's going to be the challenge we believe going into getting the truth. I've heard some comments around social networking. I believe it too. The noise out of social networking is definitely high. There's going to be some advancements and tools, I'm sure, in terms of data mining. But for us, again, it's about laser focus. We're going to go after a very specific objective. We're going to ask a very distinct set of questions. We're going to get these people so they're comfortable using a platform that they're already using, or that will provide them, get them engaged in the research process. So it's very laser focused. It's designed really to get to how do you interact with products naturally. And we noticed that that center picture is a testament to it is definitely outside the focus group. You can also tell too in that upper right-hand corner, it's during meal times, during chaos. It's when I ain't got a whole lot of time to talk to you, frankly. It's while I'm shopping. You know what? I changed my mind while I was here. You know what? I see something actually. This changes everything. It's about my refrigerator is a mess, and honestly, I don't remember where I got these yogurts. In fact, I'm not even sure they're still good. It's those moments that really drive the insights, and that's what the truth is all about in our world. One of the things that I'm going to show you here a video from a real live guy, obviously, but more importantly, somebody who's participated in this kind of research. There's a couple of notes about him that not necessarily going to be inherent in this video I'm going to play, but you notice that does he look like a millennial Facebooker? The fastest growing segment in Facebook is boomers and people in their 60s. That's the single fastest growing consumer segment. It's happening all over the spectrum. The demographic profile is not necessarily, yeah, congratulations. I'm not saying we're obsessing. But that's one. Two is you notice he's a cardiothoracic surgeon. Tough to reach recruits. It's another one. I haven't even talked about that. That's a big part of using these technologies to go where they are on their time. Here's what he had to say after the study.
I must tell you that I've done this type of research in the past, but not through the video. I have done this with at their offices where this is in the past, way past, where I go personally. I'm interviewed by a psychologist, and there are other psychologists behind a glass mirror videotaping this. But you're always under the gun, and you get the feeling that whatever you're saying wrong. I think that through a venue like this, I've taken my time in discussing the concepts. I've taken my own opinion without getting messages, verbal or visual, from the examiner, which I think is good. It's camera instead of this. I would think that it's too impersonal, and I love it. I have to congratulate you on it because I think it's a novel way of doing things, and I would encourage you to do it again with other products, other concepts, other companies.
So he wasn't paid, I promise. He wasn't paid enough. It's that level of enthusiasm that's important to the truth too. We get a lot of that. People like shaming. They like, a lot of times we hear a lot about, well, let's make it completely biased, make it completely blind. And people are coming in blue because they actually feel passionately about a lot of these products. You may not feel passionately about a compound bow, but there's a guy out there that's really passionate about it. And he'll talk about it. And he'll talk about it privately, and he'll talk about it thoroughly. And that's largely about what this is. It's not just innovative. It's better. It can be better.
Great. So, 3 real quick case studies, some of our real PG stories. You got a napkin, Bounty. Bounty is well known for the quicker picker-upper, but maybe a little bit more of a sleepier category is the fact that we also make napkins. And so the Bounty brand wanted to talk to paper napkin users. So what we did is we sent them a flip camera like this, We sent them the flip cam. We had them discuss what their current product usage was, how are they using paper napkins versus paper towels, what types of methods did they use them for. Then we sent the market product. And we had them compare current usage, how does it compare to their current product. So we're getting it's a standard methodology of just introducing a paired comparison type of product. But we are getting people wiping their counters, their granite countertops with the paper napkins, the kids eating instead of a paper plate, they're eating over a napkin. So we're getting those event-driven things that we just don't get in a one-on-one interview in some conference room. Venus, we've seen this picture before. Venus blades and razors, and the fact is that it is an almost inaccessible setting. It's a very private thing. Being in the bathroom. You know what? No matter what we incent most people, most people do have a price, but usually PG's not willing to pay it. Yeah, we're not willing to pay it. The fact is, though, using this type of methodology, we have access to the bathroom at 6:30 in the morning in Lubbock, Texas, or this may be Reading, UK. The fact is that we were able to do a very similar thing. People took the flip cams, they used their current product, we shipped them a prototype. Now I can't show you, that's not the prototype, that's the current product. It's Gillette and P&G, we'll never show you the prototype. But the fact is that they were able to get on camera when they're opening the package, when they're holding their hands for the first time, what their initial reactions are to that. That's extremely valuable to us. That's extremely valuable to us. And then, how are they using it? What shaving creams are they using beforehand? What shaving cream are they using beforehand? And then need moisturizers after. All this very rich, detailed information that gives us some candor. Now, the fact is that there's this thing called social filtering. I'm going to sit across from somebody at a table and I'm going to interview them. I'm paying them to be there. They're getting some incentive, so they want to please me. This is stuff that we're learning from neuromarketing, neurometrics, biometrics, whatever term you want to use for that type of technology. But the fact is that there's a social filter here that says they want to please me. They want to make sure that everything that I ask them, they're a good person. I see them as a good person, so I'll pay them, or that they're liked. The fact of the matter is that when you take this and you take it to the bathroom or you take it to the kitchen table, they can tell me my stuff's crap. And they don't have to worry about that anymore. There's that barrier there is broken in the fact that we're able to get at these things. And now our last case study is the fact is that not only do we do business to consumer, or usually to our customers, Target, Walmart, whatnot, Family Dollar. The fact is that we also sell directly in our P&G professional group. So we make floor finishes. I don't know if you knew that. Just one of our branches of P&G. And so what was really important about this particular case study is that it's the key timing of when we are able to access these folks. In this particular methodology, what we did is we placed web cameras with key decision makers, the people that are making the purchase decision, the supervisors. But then we placed the flip cameras. We placed the flip cameras with the people that are actually applying the product onto the floor. Now, normally, we used to do that in an in-person interview. We did a number of places, but you got reach on this one. We were in a number of different geographies, not just Cincinnati. But the fact was that we were able to reach them when they're applying floor finishes. Anyone know when they apply floor finishes at an airport? 2 a.m. Who wants to be there? Sign me? No, I'm not going. Nobody wants to go there. And so we were able to get some great insights from that. So I'm gonna hand it back over to John. What's the glimpse of the future, John?
Well, in our world, we knew that the ante, of course, like I said, was in order to get back, reach that threshold, creating real disruption. It had to be easy to use, it had to be well organized, it had to turn data into intelligence, and it had to be better. When we look forward, we look at different ways. A lot of these things have already been covered. This is not really my attempt to kind of share with you a vision for the future necessarily. It's, like I said, just frankly, it's kind of looking at some of the things that are in our product roadmap, and I think they're appropriate. One is that the geolocation features are certainly there. There's database content that we have access to, that anybody has access to, that will help us to geolocate consumers based on their cell phone and the geolocation coordinates of where they happen to be. They can opt into this service. Then we can utilize it to trigger hotspots of research, if you will. Think about it as a shock princess. Think about it reaching the threshold of any organization or any location. Secondly, there are things called QR codes. I don't know how many people know about them, but that's a picture one on that right-hand corner. I used it to board my airplane coming into Chicago that I paid for yesterday. What this is these are simple codes that phones have been designed to read, and they're automatically generated with a couple of mouse clicks. There's programs that are free that you can do this, and it will render any destination on the web into that blob of black and white. What that means is that I can use my smartphone, walk up to a product on the shelf, and hold it up there, and it'll instantly start playing a video question. Hey, thanks for taking a look at
Tide.
Thank you. Thanks for taking a look at Tide, or I'm at home, and I want to utilize that as an instant point of feedback. Really what it does is it starts to break the boundaries of what we think about as a project. It starts to give consumers a whole new level of empowerment. And that's a big part of what we're looking at. Rated panels, this is a big one too. A lot of times people realize that the more you do this kind of research, the easier it is to pinpoint the great people for doing those kinds of insights. We're able to use algorithms to particularly identify what are those attributes and make it so that panels are more effective. And then lastly, this is big. This is for companies like P&G, particularly in large enterprise, sharing this information. It's web-based video, it's flash. It's going to manipulate. You can search it, you can download it, convert it to Windows Media, and put it on a memory stick. And you can share it cross-organizationally. And that data is remineable. You can go back into it, utilize these tools together. So we see that data sharing and mining advances are going to be a big part of what we do. So, final thoughts?
Well, I mean, the fact is that we're wanting to reach out to more consumers in more parts of the world more completely. We think that QualView provides us with a particular platform when it comes to video to access our consumers where they are in ways that we never can before. And then more importantly, and I think this hasn't been emphasized enough, is that QualView provides a back-end platform that helps the researcher mine and utilize that video data. It can be very sticky. I have a great case example of some work that we had done in our oral care business. And we have lots of video, but now it sits on somebody's hard drive in their desk. Not very helpful. So using a platform like QualView allows us to do that. So now, any questions?
What are some of the ways that you are able to distribute this type of video data? Whenever we do videos of focus groups, we find we can't do anything really with them because you can't embed them in PowerPoint and show them to somebody in a different office. So what are some of the ways, how do you distribute this type of data?
Well, I'll answer from the QualView platform. John just mentioned a moment ago, is that while the streaming portion is Flash and how are you going to down, the fact is that the QualView platform, once you've decided what your clips are that are important for you to make your point, you can download it as a WMV format. So it works very well in PowerPoint. And PG being a Wintel shop, we like that.
You can upload to any type of video file. It doesn't have to be Flash. Our system will convert it to Flash and then make it clippable, cuttable, downloadable, and then reformatable as well. So it's searchable as well. So we're video agnostic. We'll take video from anything. We're big work, and we'll transcribe it and make it searchable.
Yeah, I think getting all this video information is great, but then the next question that I have is, isn't it really time intensive for people then to really analyze this and get the insights out of it and such forth?
You're absolutely right. It is time intensive. It can be also very overwhelming. The fact is that P&G, especially in the products research category, we can go from what I'll call fully manual, I want to do it all myself, to fully automatic, where we'll hand stuff over to QualView, and they have clipping resources and analysis resources depending on what our project needs are, to say, I'm going to handle it all, I'm going to dig in there, or we're going to turn it all over to John, and they'll complete an analysis and reporting